Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on White Coats and Corgis. Today I'm going to be showing you a clip from the Premed Experience, which is a live virtual event that I put together for pre-meds to learn all about the admissions process, the MCAT, how to get their extracurriculars, and all things like that. I was so lucky to get 3 amazing medical school deans to volunteer to participate in the event. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Hey everyone, and thanks so much for joining. My name's Dan, and I am a second-year internal medicine resident, and I'll be the moderator for this panel. We're joined by 3 incredible deans and admissions experts here, and I want to give everyone the chance to ask questions in that Q&A, and I'll be looking through that. But first, I was hoping that the deans could introduce themselves. We can go one by one and just quickly sort of say where you're from and what your role is. So if we can start with Dr. Osborne.
Hello, I'm Megan Boysen Osborne. I am the Associate Dean for Students, so I oversee admissions, student affairs, and diversity, equity, and inclusion at University of California, Irvine.
Awesome. Dr. Liotta.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. And I'm Rob Liotta, and I'm the Associate Dean for Admissions and Recruitment at the Uniformed Services University, the Health Sciences, and we're actually on the Walter Reed Bethesda Medical Campus, the National Naval Medical Center, Bethesda. So, and I'm great to be here with you today.
And Dr. Amiri.
Hi, everyone. I'm Layla Amiri. I'm the Associate Dean for Admissions at the Robert Larner College of Medicine at the University of Vermont.
No, well, I have a question for you while you're unmuted,
Okay.
which I also see a few times listed in sort of different ways, but medical school applications are obviously extremely competitive, and sometimes somebody might apply and not get in during a cycle. So when you're sort of evaluating kind of like a re-applicant or someone who has applied in the past, are there specific things about that situation that you're looking into, or what advice would you give a re-applicant?
So first of all, I would tell a re-applicant, do it. Like if this is your goal, like let's go. So I am shocked at how many re-applicants we accept every year, and I don't mean shocked. I'm just surprised. I'm like, wow, like 30% of our acceptances this or of our incoming class is re-applicants. So it's a big number. So don't feel. Obviously, you're going to feel a little bit frustrated when you don't get in the first time, but don't feel like your career is over and you're never going to get in. We've accepted people who have applied 4 times, 3 times, and tons who have applied 2 times. So I would say make sure keep going on the path if this is the right path for you. So take a good look at your application, and if you can, get advice from someone who looked at your application in the previous cycle. So if there's an admissions committee member or an admissions counselor who's willing to meet with you to talk to you about what the deficiencies are on your application, then take advantage of that. And it could be anything. It could be GPA, it could be your research experience, it could be clinical experience. I think the most common thing is it being a clinical experience, and that clinical experience wasn't significant enough. Or let's say you got 15 interviews and you didn't get any acceptances. Something was wrong with the interview. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to do it in the future. It just means that you really need to work on your interviewing. And so I would actually recommend if you can have a coach or a friend or someone who can be candid with you for feedback and put you in that simulated interview experience and tell you and be honest with you and tell you, this is what you're doing. You didn't answer this question thoroughly enough. You aren't looking, you're not giving the person eye contact, or you're having some unsuccesses when you're on Zoom or something like that. So that would be interviews one, clinical experience is obviously another. So we're looking to see like what you did to improve your application in that year off. If you kind of just continued to do the same thing and didn't get much more clinical experience, I would say that is probably predicting another unsuccessful application. But if you've really looked at your application and improved many aspects of it, I think that would be really helpful. And along those same lines, I know I'm answering really long, but post-bac. So if your GPA is not consistent with the GPAs that have been successful in getting into medical school in the past, and I actually put a chart that's really helpful by the AAMC in the Q&A that everybody can look at to see what the acceptance rate is for certain GPAs. I think a post-bac is really important. And I personally, and again, this isn't true for the other panelists, but I personally prefer a post-bac to a master's program. And the reason being is that post-bac will actually improve your science GPA, whereas sometimes master's degree programs don't improve that science GPA. And we also, our school looks solely at the post-bac GPA. If you had a very successful post-bac experience with a lot of units, we consider that GPA separately. Even if it didn't improve your GPA overall, we will look at that GPA separately. So that's something that I think applicants can do if they need to improve that GPA.